And let's see if my arm goes out on it. But you know what? The problem is if there is tech in here, they can say, oh, well, we've got to make Dominic's arm go out so it's consistent. That's what I hate about cover-ups and where you have technology that can harm citizens. You can do these things. It's like somebody can just say, well, we'll classify it. Then how would you know as the citizen? You're asking a question that you can't get information because it's classified. And it's so easy to do this. So it's like, you know what, man? It, it's actually not hard. If you really chronicle my video, you can say, you know what, that can just, the tech is there, and it can just be duplicated, and it can just happen. You need to have a small group of bad people do this. Who's going to stop them? And liberals can't stop them, or either, or they're in on it, or they know and they don't. It's like, it's always the one liberal who says, no, don't tell the people the truth, because then they'll be angry. They should be angry. What does the person with the ball say? Wait a minute. The public needs to know this, because at some point you're not going to, I mean, what's going to happen? President Obama's not going to be the president. It could not be another liberal. Then what are you going to do? Then you're screwed. Then you're really screwed, man. Because I can't believe liberals are responsible for this. Remember, all my conversations are against GOP, this is wrong. Republican, this is wrong. Anti-Bush, this is wrong. I can't believe a majority of liberals would know that. I would think that you can get a bunch of Republicans and get a couple of liberals and say, hey, man, you don't worry. And they're not really liberals. They're really fake liberals. And they're really Republicans. Our government is so corrupt. I hate politics. If you read my post, guys, you'll realize I hate politics. Even people that say I'm a Democrat, you know what, man? I don't believe you. I believe you by action, not by what you say. And in order to do this to a man, you have to have a group of people that are psychopathic. They get into the group and they are marginalizing me. And I want to know why. Why are you marginalizing me? Is it just over my religion? What? I mean, I want to know, what's the propaganda? Because how do you get a... Remember, I'm in a very Christian city. You mean, you can get on the street, walk, drive a car, and there's a million churches. But when I was attacked by that pit bull, that lady using that dog as a weapon, not one person stopped for me. Not one person stopped for me. I had to slow down because I was bleeding out. The blood was going to my my socks, and I had to keep calm. You try keeping calm, having to move forward. At one point, I stopped and I'm raising my hand. They look at me and just go by. And there wasn't a lot of people on the street that day, ironically. And what day was that again? You know, man, I got too many dates and too many. That was the December 2009 incident on the letter to Eric Holder and the office of the chief of police. Nobody stopped for me. All the do-gooders, all the Christians in this city, and nobody stopped for me. Nobody called the police. I was waiting. I even yelled, I need a police officer. People just drove by. Not a lot of people on the street. And I said to myself, do I wait and stop? Maybe. And I couldn't believe it. I'm looking around, and you know, the old saying is, where's a cop when you need one? I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I didn't know. I'm looking at my leg, and I said, I don't think they got an artery. But I didn't know. You know, when I got home and I cleaned the wound, and I'm like, you know what, do I need what's the law? I'm always like, what's the law? I mean, I cleaned my wound, and I'm showing my grandmother my wound. I'm like, I'm bleeding, but is this legally an emergency now? It was legally an emergency when it happened. Now I come home, I'm cleaning the wound, I'm trying to situate myself, and then I'm like, okay, well, I want to call and talk to a cop and let them decide. And I couldn't talk to the police officer. I had to talk to the attendant who just answers the phone for the police? That's crazy. I've never heard of that, man. And then I'm saying, okay, do I call in an ambulance? And the person's saying, well, it's not emergency. He goes, I mean, is it an emergency? Or you? And I'm like, well, you know what? I need to go see a doctor. He goes, go to an emergency room. And I'm like, you know what? But if this happened at the time, and I had a cell phone, I would have called the ambulance, not knowing the severity of the wound.